Hello everybody, Indom601, Ruin Victory here. Here I am with a Q&A because I thought it would be like a pretty good time to make another Q&A because I remember I used to do these Q&As monthly, and eventually I just felt obliged to do them, and over time I just stopped doing them. And so like last week I decided, I think it might be a good time to start doing Q&As, do a Q&A. And yeah, again, but a very small amount of people ended up asking questions, but that's perfectly fine. It's better than nobody. And I don't know, I don't know where I'm supposed to go from here. What am I doing? Okay. Let's just move on to the first question by Diego R. I'm pretty sure that used to be like Diego Raw or something. And his question is, what is your opinion on Mattel not releasing certain toys in your area? Of course I hate it. I hate the idea that certain people are being favoured over others. Like, in my opinion, I think everybody should be treated equally. Everybody should get the same toys as, for example, if you live in America, you shouldn't get more or less toys from the line than somebody in the UK. But just ignoring me, what I'm mostly worried about is other people who want to get all of them. Because yes, I do get most of them, but I don't plan to get all of them, because otherwise Mattel will actually have my wallet. What I'm more concerned about is other people like diehard collectors, little kids who want to get all these things that people who want to get all these toys that represent their favourite dinosaurs. For example, in England, if you wanted to get the plesiosaur, for example, say, if a little kid loved plesiosaurs in England and really wanted to get their hands on one, they would be unable to because they won't be sold in the UK, I can already tell. And if they want to get it, they'll have to pay outrageous prices on the internet. Another example of this entire thing is me personally, because Styracosaurus is one of my favourite dinosaurs. Sadly, due to the distribution of the Styracosaurus being very bad in England, I had to order it from this website, and apparently they're having a bad time getting the Styracosaurus in stock. So I've been waiting nearly 3 months now to get it. And along with that, I ordered something else that I need to make something. So I can't make this one thing until they get the Styracosaurus back in stock. It's a lose-lose. No matter what you do in England, you lose. I can't speak for other countries. That's why I got Zamie Born in for the Mattel Disasters video. But I really don't like the idea that Mattel is favouring certain countries over others. Alright, that's one question. That was very... I'm trying to come up with words to describe that, but I can't come up with one. Alright, let's move on from this awkward silence count to the next question. Because you don't know, I just have my iPad here and I'm just scrolling to get the questions. The next question is from... How am I meant to pronounce that? Okay, that question will probably be here right in front of the screen, so I'm going to try and pronounce it. I'm so sorry if I bastardize it. Inurasha. Inurasha? I don't know. Inurasha Dinosaur 101 Brewer. Some of the names that people come up with. And he has 2 questions. This first question is, what are your thoughts? Wait, what are your thoughts? We getting more info about the Indominus Rex having more Albertosaur DNA? Did they? Did somebody confirm it has more Albertosaur DNA in it? As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter anymore. Because the Indominus Rex is dead, the Indoraptor is dead, there's going to be no hybrids in Jurassic World 3. Wasn't our point in releasing more info about the Indominus now, if it's irrelevant now? If you want to get over the DNA that Indominus Rex is made of out there, just put it out there when the movie comes out. It's called promoting your movie. For example, somebody might have wanted to go to see Jurassic World because, ooh, there's a Giganotosaurus DNA in the Indominus. Ooh, I might want to go and see that because it's the closest thing to a Giganotosaurus on the big screen. It just baffles me that they're only releasing some of it now. And his second question is, so my answer to the Indominus Rex question is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. His second question is, what are your thoughts on Jurassic Park novel? Now, as for somebody who has read the original novel, I'm about halfway through The Lost World, and I'd say they're pretty good. I like the first Jurassic Park book. And I don't know which one's better. I like the movie, of course. It's my favourite movie of all time. And I really like the book. I love both of them. And as for The Lost World, once again, I love The Lost World. It's probably my favourite Jurassic Park sequel. And I really like the book so far. So, I don't have a clue about which one I like more. So, I really, really like them. Just that's the answer to the question. I really, really like them. And hold on a second. Just ignore this. Just ignore it. Me and my lame attempts at comedy. Go. The next question is from Theropod Riot. This question is, what is your favourite Chinasaur that you own? If you don't know, a Chinasaur is, say... Wait, I'm just gonna grab a figure. Say, a toy which doesn't have a company branded to it. Say, Mattel, Slige, Papo, Collector, Safari. Ignoring people like them and just going towards dinosaurs that say, made in China. No company, nothing else. Well, there's a difference in between my favourite Chinasaur and my best Chinasaur. So, I just chose out my favourite Chinasaur, which is this humongous Styracosaurus. I got this when I was like, how old was I? Oh, that's a really good question. I'd say 7 to 9. I was 7 to 9 years old when I got this. I got this at a garage sale. Yes, it's old and busted. It was. Yeah, I remember it was like this. I remember it was like this when I got it. But due to how much I played with this growing up, and due to how much I loved it, I still love it to this very day. Along the fact that I actually really do like the paint on it. Yes, it's not the best, but it's better than nothing. It's better than most Chinasaurs. And just need to think about the fact, you just need to acknowledge that this is a very old toy. Somebody else owned this before I did. See the horn right here? It was like that when I got it. This thing is probably one of the reasons why I love Styracosaurus. Along with the original Slige Giganotosaurus being one of the main reasons why I love Giganotosaurus so much. Some of the things that makes a dinosaur really good, in my opinion, is first, if it's interesting, if it looks great, say if it looks awesome like a Styracosaurus or like a Therizinosaurus, if it breaks away from the norm. Say, of course, as we all know, most herbivores are helpless. Well, what most people think of herbivores are stuff like hadrosaurs, defenseless, just cannon fodder for the carnivores. What I really like for a herbivore. It's a herbivore that looks good, has good representation in media, and has good figures. Say, like the Styracosaurus, like the other Styracosaurus I own. And have you been in any movies? I know a Styracosaurus was in Disney's Dinosaur. That's probably the reason why I got this, because I loved that movie growing up. Even though looking back at it, I'm not that sure about what I think about it these days. I haven't watched it that much since it's been a long time since I've watched it. I really should be watching it. I've been rewatching a lot of movies lately. So, I say, this is my favourite dinosaur. This old, battered up Styracosaurus. Actually, it doesn't even say made in China. Ah well. Still counts. Okay. Our next and last question was from Zamy Bourne. Actually, he commented 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions. So let me just crack on with it. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with my throat? His first question is, what is your favourite kaiju? Well, Godzilla, of course. Godzilla's my boy! But just discounting Godzilla and discounting Godzilla and King Kong and the main kaiju roster from Toho, I'd have to say Knifehead from Pacific Rim. I love his design. I love Pacific Rim. I love his scene in the movie. It's one of my favourite scenes in Pacific Rim. And counting the big Toho boys, I'd have to say either Rodan or King Ghidorah. I love King Ghidorah. I adore him. He's one of my favourites. Along with Rodan. I love Rodan's design in King of the Monsters. I love King of the Monsters! I can't wait till it comes out on DVD. So, the answer is Godzilla. And discounting the main kaiju, Knifehead. And the next question is, what is your favourite dragon from the How to Train Dragon series? Well, of course, discounting Toothless, because everybody loves Toothless. Who doesn't love Toothless? I love Toothless. Discounting him, I'd have to say my favourites have to be the Skrill and the Monstrous Nightmare. I can't pick in between the two. I love them both. Just, I really like a dragon for the Skrill that can go up against a Night Fury, and just his design alone made him one of my personal favourites. And the fact that he drew lightning from the sky and redirected it towards his enemies, I love it. And as for Monstrous Nightmares, I love them solely because of their designs and their abilities. Like, I love the fact that Monstrous Nightmares set themselves on fire. I love it. But I would just wish that the fires from them were just a little bit chaotic, a little bit bigger, a little more chaotic. And that's my only complaint from Monstrous Nightmare. Okay, his next question is, when do you think we can do that Dinosaur King thing? Oh, okay. You guys won't know this, but me and Zane were planning on doing this special Dinosaur King thing. Cause it's a show that me and him grew up with. It's a show that both of us love. And I know I can't do it this weekend, Zane, but I might be able to do it before this weekend or any time after the upcoming weekend. Because I've got something planned this weekend. I can't do anything then. But first we will need to test the recording system. We will need to test it the day before we actually record it. because I've got no clue how to use it. I'm going to use the recording system that I have because I saw somebody else was able to do it. And look, basically, we can't do it this weekend, anytime but then, and we'll continue this on Discord. So the next question is, if a tree falls but no one is around to hear it, did it really fall? Yes, it did. Because the tree, save my arm right here, was a tree. See, if a tree falls, it still physically falls. Even if somebody isn't there to hear it, still, at some time, it was standing up and it fell. So, yes, it did fall, because physics and time! And his next question is, how many questions did I ask? So far, you've asked 5. But I'm about to move on to your 6th question, which is a maths question, and I like maths. Okay. His last question is, which will be the last question of this whole entire Q&A. It'll be testing my maths. What is 2 plus 2 minus 2 plus 2 minus 2 plus 4 minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 plus 2 times 2 plus 2. 10. The thing is, while reading through this, when I actually screenshotted it to enter it, I did this multiple times. The first time I did it, I got 2. The second time I did it, I got 4. The third time I did it, I got 6. And now I'm getting 10. What is wrong with me? Anyways, yes, that is my Q&A. I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to make another one sometime in the future. So thank you all so much for watching, and yeah, isn't Dom 6 1 Rowan's victory! Ah!